Today's topic is all about Halloween. But before we dive in, take a quick moment to subscribe to LilyTube and hit the bell for notifications. Our sponsor for this video is Loans by Vicky, the best loan officer around. If you've been interested in buying a home recently, Vicky's the right pick for you. She makes things easy and communication is effortless. With access to dozens of lenders, it's no surprise that she has the best rates we've seen. Loans by Vicky, the smoothest option to getting settled into the home of your dreams.
Have you seen all the discussion on social media about boycotting Halloween? Some of our friends believe it to be an evil, satanic holiday. What do you think about that, Jeff?
You know, I've heard for years that it's the devil's Sabbath and all that kind of thing. There are a lot of misconceptions about Halloween. We associate it with cultural rituals like costume parties, trick-or-treating, school carnivals, caramel apples. I remember enjoying those things as a kid.
Yeah, me too.
Did you know these rituals originate in an ancient Celtic festival called Samhain, which literally means November. It's the time of year when the world moves from the light part of the year into the dark part of the year, a time between times. They talk about a place between places. The ancient Celts believed it was a moment of gateway, a time when the dead and the living could commune. It was also a time when the Celts believed you could make predictions about the next harvest and things like that because the spirits of the departed were roaming the earth and you could get this knowledge from them. You know, Cathy, when Christianity came on the scene in Ireland, the Pope Gregory at that time was not of a mind to say, you see a bunch of druids worshiping around a tree, cut that tree down. That wasn't his approach. His approach was more like, consecrate it to Christ and tell them to keep meeting there. And so he tried to Christianize these rituals. And over time, the Catholics adopted the original Celtic holiday of Samhain and began to call it All Saints' Day. It was kind of their holiday for any saint that didn't have their own holiday. They would celebrate them kind of all at once. And then the night before that was All Hallows' Eve. And ultimately that morphed into Halloween. And that's where Halloween comes from. It was unpopular in Puritan New England because people thought it was too pagan and too Catholic. It was actually very popular in Virginia and the other southern colonies because they were more Anglican. They leaned more toward Catholic rituals and things like that. So it kind of grew in the United States from there. But it, from the very beginning, 3,000 years ago, when it was a pagan holiday called Samhain, was associated with the idea of the spirits of the dead roaming the earth or celebrating the spirits of the deceased.
You know, Jeff, this reminds me actually of how we as Latter-day Saints honor our dead by performing sacred rituals to seal families together eternally in beautiful temples of light. And in this sense, there's a great deal of spirituality associated with the sacred work we do for our dead ancestors.
That's a good observation, Cathy.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. I think we're on the same page about this. In the spirit of the ancient Celtic festival Samhain, which eventually became All Hallows' Eve and All Saints' Day, we don't fear our dead or think they are ghosts trying to scare us. In fact, we think of them more like guardian angels, people who can support us from the other side of the veil.
You know, it seems to me that boycotting Halloween is throwing the baby out with the bathwater. There is potential in losing a lot of spiritual opportunities to commune with our deceased loved ones and to have some wholesome family fun with the changing of the seasons.
Of course, we want to protect ourselves and our kids from truly evil influences, especially at Halloween time. While at the same time, we can allow the innocent fun part and even welcome the spiritual aspects of connecting with our deceased ancestors. Perhaps scheduling a special Halloween temple trip to do proxy work could be part of your tradition.
Traditionally, what we now know as Halloween is a day to honor the dead and realize that they are still with us. This is something we can easily relate to, since in our religion we have a big focus on sealing our deceased ancestors in families. Perhaps we can use the traditional celebration of Halloween to remember our departed loved ones and appreciate their continued relevance in our earthly journey. Perhaps we can even use it as an opportunity to teach our kids about disembodied spirits and that really they're nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for watching this special Halloween holiday video. What are your thoughts about Halloween? Do you think it's evil? Do you think it has the potential to be spiritually uplifting? Please share your thoughts with us in the comments. And remember that any time, including Halloween, is a great time for more love in your life.
Thank you for watching.
And happy Halloween!